to the Coach V Show here on Island City, where the beach meets the streets, on your Hollywood personal development radio show, the Coach V Show, where iron sharpens iron. Together we rise. Well, we are featuring Brother Rudemon Pupunu Fatukala from South Sacramento. Shout out 91 Sizzle and the 916. We're going to be talking his journey, you know, what his special message is for the world. And that he already dropped an album. Check it out. You can find it on all the music platforms that he dropped last October. And then he's dropping another album with Golden State that will drop this summer. One love to everybody out there. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of your boy, the Coach V Show. Until next Motivation Monday. And now, a word from our sponsor. Peace.
Souls is more than just for saving your floors. It also prevents heel bruises and pains from unbalanced cleats.
Hi, my name is Daniel Bruckner. I'm a private practice pediatrician here in Southern California, as well as the chair of pediatrics at Providence Cedars-Sinai Tarzana Hospital, and a good friend of Wendy's and also the pediatrician of her children. And I'd like to take this time to support her product, Souls. I think it's an amazing product that will benefit children greatly. And every day we see kids come from soccer practice, things like that. They don't want to take off their cleats, so they come in and I've seen accidents, I've seen sprained ankles, I've seen hurt heels, and I think that this Souls product will really help prevent those from happening, not only as a pediatrician, but also as a consumer. I can't wait to get the product for myself and for my children. I think it's something that should be owned by every athlete across the country, and I really hope that everyone goes and buys it and enjoys it. Thank you.
Souls will have memory foam and TPE mesh that will wrap around the cleats. After showing my product to my professional friends, I realized one thing. This isn't a product people want, it's a product people need. Souls, taking you from the cleats to the streets.
Welcome to the Coach V Show, your Hollywood radio show for personal development with expert insights and interviews to help you, me, and we work to be our best and live our best life. Offering for your consideration life lessons, success frameworks, and behavioral models that, should you believe in them and see value in them, that you subscribe and deploy it all over your life, leadership, and business. Tonight, we got Mr. Rudemon himself, Pupunu Fatukala, where his hometown of Sacramento, featured here on the Coach V Show, powered by Island City. My brother is a Toko, he's Tongan, born and raised in Sacramento, and started doing music when he was 11, 12 years old. And my man loves pizza. He released his Roots Reggae Debut album last year in October, and currently working on his second album. And he also works and does business as an independent Ferrari parts dealer. Brother Rudemon, welcome to the Coach V Show, my man.
What's up with it, man? Thanks for having me, Coach V.
Oh, right. Man, my pleasure, my pleasure. Hey, tell the audience your story, Punu, Mr. Rudemon. Like, what is your genesis point? Where did you start? You could start professionally, or you could just start, I was born here, I'm raised here. Here are my parents, because my parents are going to be going, whose kid is that? Is Punu? Is that Pila's kid? And you're like, yeah, yep. That's Pila's kid. So introduce yourself, Brother Punu.
Yeah, my name is Pupunu Fatukala. I'm from Sacramento, and I'm a second oldest of four boys, my mom and dad, and I started doing music when I was an early age, man. I'm still doing it, still rocking it, man.
Still rocking it. So what about now? What's Punu up to right now, family-wise? I met your lovely wife the other day.
Yeah.
And how many kids you got, Punu?
I got 5 kids, man. I got my oldest is a daughter, Liliana. My second oldest is a son, Masi. My third oldest, his name's Marty. My fourth one is named Pupunu. And my last one is named Afaense.
Nice. And so you started music at an early age. I remember, I think it was like you, Mote, and the crew banging in the garage back in my UC.
Yeah, exactly.
So talk about the start of your band, and what was the name of the band? How did you start having this like soulful, raspy, like Rudemon voice and the rap style? Like, talk about that back in the day. What was the name of the band, and how did you guys get started?
Yeah, it all started in the garage. One of my close cousins, Isaiah Dupo, Ice. Some people learn from call him Ice, but yeah, we all started in the garage, just doing live music, man, playing other people's music and trying to play it like exactly like them. And we started doing music. I think that was probably like year 2000, probably like 99, 2000. Damn, that's a long time. So that's when we started, like really getting into the music. And then as we got older, we started doing our own music. You know what I mean?
Right.
Recording our own stuff. But yeah, the raspiness is just I just included the reggae style with an environment where we come from. You know what I mean? Like some hood roots reggae, man.
Say that again. Hood roots reggae, right there,
Yeah.
South Sac,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. That's basically what it is. Yeah.
And I remember your dad was always banging music, right?
Yeah,
Did
he
you
used to
get
play
some of
music
that
when
from your dad?
Yeah, he used to play music when we were kids too. He used to play music, but you know he gave it up. So hopefully I never give it up, man.
Yep. And then, so what's your inspiration behind your music, Rudemon? What is that?
My inspiration being behind the music is just basically reality. I mean, basically that in my music is basically true. It's real life. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people want to hear the truth, but you know, sometimes it's real. You know what I mean?
No, I love that. And one of your favorite tracks, my favorite tracks of you is this No Peace. Talk about that and the realness about that. Boom.
Oh man, you know what I mean? That song. I wrote that song. There was a rapper that was getting big here in Sacramento. His name was Briss. Rest in paradise, man. He's from like a neighborhood from where we're all from. He got gunned down down the street. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just by the violence of his music is violent. You know what I mean? And what happened to him? He was an up and coming artist. Like he was about to be like the next one to blow and stuff. You know what I mean? But he got gunned down, and then I ended up starting writing that song, and it came to life, and it means so much even to a lot of other things, even the mass murder and shooting downtown, you know, a couple like last month or something. You know, that No Peace is stands for like that. You know what I mean?
No, I got you, man. I love that vibe. I love I love the tone of your rasp. I call it rasp, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? I don't know what to call it, but it just sounds so smooth and so distinct.
It's like a ragamuffin. It's like a
Ragamuffin, right?
Yeah, that's basically that's what it is.
Man, but you were always about music, man. You real talk, like you figured it out, right? You do have, you do your stuff with auto parts and what you can do as a mechanic. Your pops was an awesome mechanic, right? You did your thing. You really weren't ever really about school, right?
No.
Real talk. Come on, Pupunu. Ever since I knew you in 2000, 2001, you're talking about being in the garage. That's when your brother started coming to Davis. And we started hanging out, and I'd be over at the house hanging out. You know, your mom always screamed at y'all. She never screamed at me. To Lily, thank you for always being so awesome to your boy V. But like even at a young age, like you figured it out, man. You figured out how to make money, and then also figure out how to chase your passion. What's a message to the kids about school? Do you have a message and about following your passion?
Man, school is where there's unlimited possibilities you can do when you go to school, man. And that's where you got to go, man, if you want to take it to the next level and shit. You know what I mean? So, but to stay in school and then always drive to do what you want, man, and get it. You know what I mean? You got to work hard for it. You know what I mean? It's not going to be given to you.
That's right. Nothing will be given to you. And talk about that, Pupunu, because I mean, you're one of the only Tongan brothers I know that works on exotic cars and exotic parts dealer.
Yeah.
Right? Like you ain't slanging none of that stuff that's illegal. Like you slanging some multi-$100,000 parts.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, you know
and how did you learn that? Did you go to school for that? And talk to us about what you do there before we get back to the music.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. How I got into that. I used to just be working parts in the back. in Rancho Cordova, there's like a lot of dismantle yards out there, like recycling dismantle yards that people. So I used to work on their cars over there, dismantle a bunch of them, and then this position opened up with Ferrari, and I applied, and they called me back, and I've been working there for 16 years now.
Yeah, I heard.
Damn, you know, maybe 16 years, and I'm still going, man. So yeah, and 16 years, one job.
Yeah. What's the lesson? What's the life lesson for people that are trying to find their way in life? Man, you're a good dude. I mean, you always was a partier since I've known you, right? And you were like in freaking high school, right? And I mean, you were about that Rasta life. You always were, but like you worked hard during the day. Like you woke your ass up and you went out and made it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So what's the life lesson right there for anybody watching that's trying to figure shit out?
Man, you know, if you party hard, you got to work hard, man. You party hard, you work harder, man. You know, because you party hard and don't work at all, man. Don't you got to work hard and party hard at the same time, man. You got to enjoy yourself, man. Yep.
So you released your album in October. Talk about that.
Man, there's that album's been a long time coming, man, and I partnered up with a label, Golden State Records, to do this project, and then we ended up doing it, man. Within like 3 months, we ended up recording the whole album, getting it over to the engineers and all that to get all mixed down, mastered, and all that. But man, it's been a long time coming, man. I'm just super happy about it. It's doing real good, and I can't wait to do more music, man. Share with everybody else.
That's right. So Golden State Records. So shout out Golden State Records for putting my boy on. Yep. And I heard you live the other night. So I've heard a lot of your stuff because you're all over IG. Check them out on there, on Rudemon, and then we'll have you give your handles and all that stuff out. And what's the life lesson about chasing your music dream, Rudemon? Talk about that.
Man, I always tell everybody to never give up, because I know a lot of people that I've done music with since a long time ago, and they look at us now, and they look at me now, and they're like, damn, you still doing the damn music? I'm like, fuck, I'm still doing it, man. I ain't stopping. But man, you know, they stop, and then, you know, they kind of feel bad for themselves because they stopped, they gave it up, you know. But the lesson is just not to never stop dreaming, man. I mean, start working towards your dream. And once you get there, man, you still can make another dream, man. We work even harder. You know.
Yep. And the whole Golden State Records, how did that connect? How did you make that connection?
My sister, man, she's one of the head people at Golden State. Her name is Essie Fufita. So she had her and her husband started that company probably a couple of years ago. They got a couple artists and everything. K Nova they had and all that before on their label and everything. Now she has Finn. She has Finn as a booking. She's Finn's booking agent. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But they started a couple 3, 4, 5 years ago. I forget how long, but and then instead of them just automatically trying to come and get me because I'm family and everything, you know, I had to work for it. You know, I had to work for them and reach out. You know what I mean? They wasn't just gonna reach out just because we were family. You know what I mean? And do this and do that. But the hard works. But why they ended up reaching out, and that's why we ended up working.
That's awesome. So shout out to K Nova. Yep. I got a chance to see him live when I saw you a couple Sundays ago. And then shout out to the man, Finn, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, Finn, shout out to you too. You guys are putting it down. Man. I love all your guys' music. I'm like downloading that stuff. I found everything that I could find from like you, Finn, and then you and K Nova after. Man, I just downloaded that music, man, because it's rocking, and your voice is just really unique, Punu. Talk about that ragamuffin. Talk about that.
Man, it's just, you know, man. I always try to tell people that, you know, when we first started doing music, we used to do music sounding exactly like how the artists did their music. So when we were doing music, we did it to sound exactly like them. But then after that, we started doing music, trying to find our own sound, our own style. So you can't always sing other people's songs. Everybody can sing like them, but no one can sing a song like you sing it, like your own self. Like you want to be unique where somebody can listen to you, like, man, that's Rudemon. You know what I mean? That's Rudemon right there, man. And nobody, because you sound like yourself, nobody else. You know what I mean? So it's just so unique and sound only by yourself, man. It's a blessing, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and all three of you from here in the 916, you, K Nova, and then also Finn Groover. I mean, you guys all have a very distinct sound, huh?
Yeah.
So do you travel and perform with those guys?
Yeah. Yep. I travel and everything with them. We do shows all over. Everybody has different venues and things that they do, you know what I mean? So I got a lot of things coming up real soon, man. So you guys just look out for them.
No, that's good. And we'll get to a part of the show where we talk about that. Talk about this though, Punu. Like you're rooted in family, always been, right?
Yeah.
And so talk about how important music and making that cheddar is, but prioritizing family. How big is that for you?
Man, it's huge because that time with your family you can't buy. You know what I mean? Even if it's doing something that you love, people do things that they love, but then they miss out on that family time that you're supposed to spend with your family with. You know what I mean? So just knowing how to prioritize and make your family always first and everything before anything, man, is what basically how you make it work. I don't know how everybody else does it, but you know what I mean? I know they love me.
Yeah. And talk about how your mom and dad, talk about your dad first. I mean, Raiders fan to the heart, boy. Yeah. Uncle Pila, shout out to the late Pila. Fatukala, man, that guy treated me. He treated me like I was one of his sons every time I was around. So shout out to Pila. Yeah. Talk about him as a father figure and how he prioritized family.
Man, he was a huge father figure for me and all my brothers, man. You know what I mean? You always looked up to him like he was just the toughest person in the world, man. That's how you always look at your father. But you mean, if you, especially Tongan, you know what I mean, Polynesian, your father has a lot to do with who you are. You know what I mean? And he's always been so positive and everything. A lot of people I always talk to, and they always talk about it, man. It makes me feel a lot good because how good of a person he was and everything. You know what I mean? Makes me be a good person.
Right. Always positive. Yeah. Always smiling.
Yeah.
Always got the music going. Yeah. Always got a beer in his hand when he's to work. Come on, Punu, talk about that. What do you remember you want to share with the audience about? He was such a free flow. Your mom was a little bit different. Your mom was screaming here and there, right? Your mom was different. But we'll talk about her after. Talk about how Pila just impacted your life like that. So free flowing, smiling, great to everybody, help everybody, right? Talk about that.
That's where I get who I am from. You know what I mean? Everything I am, everything about me, man, is basically everything that who he was, just at a more extent now. You know what I mean? It's me. You know what I mean? I'm him, just in a later time. You know what I mean? Later time and dimensions and shit, right? You know what I mean? But he was always a good person, man. You know what I mean? There's not one person that I talked to that known him had anything bad to say about him. I mean,
no doubt.
He was such a good person.
Man, your dad told me a story one time about how he had the hard life and he was just making it work day to day. Come on, Punu. Yep. Like sometimes he'll just crash in the car over at Land Park, whatever he had to do. Come on, Punu, talk about that and how that example of him, hearing him talk like that makes you persevere today.
Yeah, so when he first came out here, it was like in 1979 here to Sacramento. You know what I mean? And he had no family, no friends or anything. And he had a job at a Shell right here on Freeport, and so he used to live on in Wayland Park on top of the bathrooms and shit for like a fucking 6 months until he got all his shit together to get himself his own little place. You know what I mean? But without nobody's help, no anything, he suffered through it for those times just to make it, so he can get his own place. Coming from nowhere, no family, no nothing, and just making it on his own, you know? So that's basically what it is. You know?
And then he learned how to be a mechanic. He learned the trade. Yeah. He was getting paid. Come on, Punu. All of y'all got cars. Everybody, right? Yeah. That dude, him and your mom would grind and make sure you guys got what you needed, right? Come on, Punu.
Yeah. Now, he's just a real huge influence for me, man. He's the reason why I make everything happen today, for my family and how much love I have for them. It's just, I don't know, it's just words can't even explain, how much he's impacted me and my whole family, my brothers and all them too.
Real talk. Okay, let's talk about the queen. How about moms? Talk about some life lessons that moms taught you.
Moms that could only teach you, when you're a boy, you're mama's boys. You know what I mean?
Yup.
My mom treated us all like mama's boys. You know what I mean? My dad was always the one that was the discipline out of everything to make everyone understand what is wrong and what's right. To mom, everything's all right. Everything's gonna be okay. Even if it's something you did something wrong, you know what I mean? She's gonna be always the one taking you in, like, oh, it's okay. Your dad is the one that's gonna be like, nah, you fucked up, man. You get that belt. You know what I mean? So that's mom, man. You know what I mean? There's nothing shit, man. I love her so much, man. I'm still blessed. I still have her today. You know what I mean? I don't get to talk to her as much as I like, but I always try to make sure I tap in with her every now and then, every day. And shit.
Yeah. What's the hardest life lesson you had to learn, Rudemon? What is that? What would that be? What was something that you struggled through, and then you're like, man, I learned a lot from this experience. What was it?
Having kids. Just having
real talk
alone, man. It's a life lesson, and you'll continue learning until you die. You know. So, and that's a lesson I'm still learning right now. You know, how to raise a kid. But that's a lesson I've learned, and I'm still learning. You know what I mean? So that's basically my biggest life lesson that I've learned is raising kids.
Yeah, it's so challenging, right?
Yeah,
especially because kids, man. They're a lot smarter than we think. They freaking pay everything. Yeah. They pay attention to everything, and you can tell them whatever you want, but what you do, and they see is so influential. Come on, Punu, talk about that.
So I'm huge on not saying a lot of things, but showing what I'm gonna say. So if I say something, then I'd show you that I'm gonna do it. You show them that you mean what you say when you show them through the actions. Like actions speak louder than words. Because a lot of people will say a lot of things and they'll keep saying all these things, but no actions will be put behind the words they say. So it just makes no sense. So just proving your word and standing with your word. And proven by actions as well.
Yep. So of the 5 kids, how old are all the kids? How's the oldest?
My oldest 16.
Yep.
Second is 10.
Yep.
Next one is 8. Next one's 2. Next one's 6 months.
Oh man, the last 2, boy, they running all over the place, huh?
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. That's what I'm saying. You never stop learning with them, man.
Hey, but Punu, can we talk some real talk? If our kids saw the way we grow up, man. My kids couldn't. I don't think my kids would make it. I don't think my kids would make it. Come on, real talk.
Yeah, real talk, man. You got that right. No one could live with those lives, man. what we went through when we were younger, but man, it's different now, man.
Yep. So take all of your experiences and let's start like you started doing music, started finding yourself, you started to commit to it. Then you were just grinding on a job or got a job, right? It wasn't nothing big, doing parts. And then it led to like a Ferrari deal where you started working and making some cheddar, like some real cheddar. And then probably like me, I don't know if it's the same, but this was me. I started making a lot of money and I never knew where all my money went because I was just spending money. Come on, Punu. Is that real or what? Come on.
That's real, man, right there, man.
Man, I started making some real money and my money was just floating out. I was like, where the hell's all my money, right? Yeah. So and then after that, you started to do your music, you got married, you got kids. What would be, with all of your experiences, Rudemon, like what would be your message to the world from Rudemon?
Man, be original, man. Be yourself, man. You know,
I love that.
That's basically that's the most common sense answer you can give, but that's the most realist one you can give. You know what I mean? Be yourself. Be original, man. For real.
So be original, be yourself. Unpack that. What does that mean to Rudemon?
It means being who you are and not have to hide who you are to anyone or anyone around. You know, if you are who you are, then you're the same to this person and the same to this person. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? They're just like, just stay true. You know what I mean? Just be true. That's basically what it is. That's being original, is being true. You know what I mean?
I love that. I love that. And then, so what are your current projects? Talk to us about your current projects, and then how can people get a hold of you? And then where do we buy your stuff?
Yep. I got this latest project coming up. Is it's my second album, man. My second EP. I'm almost finished with it. I got 2 more songs to do. I'm collabing with Finn Groover on this album. He's done a couple of songs for me, writing wise. You know what I mean? Writing a song. So he wrote a couple songs for me on this album. So I sang a couple songs that he had wrote for me to sing for this album, and then I wrote the rest. I mean, so he's got about like four songs he's wrote for me on this album, and I got 5 songs that I wrote on. So about 9 songs is about the total. Another new album coming out. You know,
and when is it going to be done?
It should be done probably by the end of summer.
The end of the summer. So we're talking August.
Yeah. So at end of August, beginning of September, probably about the same time that my album dropped in October last year. So I'll be by that little era right there. September, right there, October is when, boom, we're gonna drop it end of summer.
That's nice. You and Finn Groover. So Finn wrote you 4, you got 5. And then so how do people get a hold of you? So I started following you. We've been connected on Facebook, but I found you on Instagram after that Sunday I saw you.
Yep.
Share your social media handles and how people can connect and follow you.
So if you go to my Instagram is Rudemon Lion King, and it's got my booking information and everything on there, phone number, email. You guys tap in with there, and then my management will get right back to you. You know what I mean? And what was the other one you said? Sorry about that.
No, you're cool. Yeah, so just like how people can get a hold of you, what's your Instagram, right?
Yeah. Basically Instagram is basically my only social media, basically, and Facebook that I use just basically promote the music. You know what I mean? That's all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Rudemon Lion King. Yeah, Rudemon Lion King. Yes.
Lion King. Yep. That's it.
Nice. And then talk about shout outs. Who would you like to shout out on the Coach V show, Pooh?
Man, I want to shout out everybody, man, all the fans, man, all the people that never believed in me, man. Now they look at me now, man. Shout out to everybody, man, non-believers and the believers, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to my mom, my dad, all my family, man, all my girl, all my kids, all my brothers from Wells Records, man, you know what I mean? Golden State, K Nova, man, fan, shout out my, basically everybody that believes, man. Shout out to everybody, man.
No, that's awesome, brother. That's awesome. So welcome to the Coach V Show. For all of you just tuning in, we are on a pre-recording with Brother Rudemon Pupunu Fatukala from South Sacramento, and he goes by Rudemon. You can connect with him at Rudemon Lion King and on Facebook, and he's on there as well. He's got some stuff going down. He'll be dropping an album at the end of the summer, right between the end of the summer to October, where Finn Groover wrote some songs for him, and he's got 5 that is his originals that he'll be dropping. Mm-hmm. And on this segment of the show is the Coach V Hot Seat, where we put Brother Rudemon on the Coach V Hot Seat. I'll say a question and or quote, Brother Rudemon, and then you just tell me what comes top of mind. Yeah. Here it is, Rudemon. One good thing about music: when it hits you, you feel no pain. What you think about that phrase right there, Rudemon? What's your thoughts?
I read, man. Man. When I hear that sound, man, I hear that music, man.
Yeah, real talk. Roots rock reggae. What are you? What are you on there, Rudemon?
Roots rock reggae. I'm a roots rock man.
Yeah. I love that. Let's talk sports. So right now, our Sacramento Kings. I'm not a fan of the Sacramento Kings yet. I mean, you got to make the playoffs before Coach V. I mean, I want to root for the Kings, bro. I do, man. But my Lakers and the Kings didn't even make the freaking playoffs.
Yeah.
But I do love the Warriors. I'm not a Warriors fan, but how can you not be a fan of how the Warriors play basketball? They're going to be opening up. And they're going to be in the thick of it when we air this show on Monday. They're going to be playing against the Boston Celtics. What's your thoughts? How many games and who's going to win the finals between the Boston Celtics and your Golden State Warriors?
I think the Warriors in 6, man. 6 games, man. The Warriors in 6, man.
I love it. I mean, they just got too many guns, too much experience. Talk about that, Rudemon.
Man, ever since they got Clay back, man, they go right back to where they left. You know what I mean? Even without with Durant, man. You know what I mean? Clay was out for a whole season. They didn't go anywhere last season. Boom, he's back, healthy, man. They right into the conference. They're in the Western Finals now, right?
Yeah, they just finished the Western Conference Finals. They're going to the finals now.
NBA Finals, yeah. See.
Man, and they got all these young guys, right? Like Poole and all these young, and they play D. I love that. Talk about football. Who's your football team and why?
Man, it's kind of crazy because I don't really have a team, but I like players on the team. You know what I mean? I used to be a 49ers fan, but I used to be. You know?
Right.
But they traded away my 2 favorite players, Joe Montana and Jerry Rice, and I told them fuck off ever since, man.
So who are the players you root for right now?
There's a lot of players I like watching. Who is it? I forget his name.
What team?
Man, that is the hot seat right there. but man, I can't think of it at the moment right now. But
no, that's all good. Let's talk food. Sacramento food. If you're new and you come to Sacramento, where do you have to go eat? Where?
There's a Mexican seafood spot on 24th and 4 Road, man. It's called Islitas. Man, that's to die for, man. Get the langostinos, man.
24th and Florin, and what's the name of it?
Islitas.
Islitas?
Yes, Islitas Seafood.
All right. And then the final couple of questions here on the Coach B Hot Seat is, who is your favorite male Tongan artist?
Oh, hey, Ulysses, man, you know what I mean? Ulysses, who else? I like Shousie too. Shousie music, I like a lot. My favorite reggae, reggae band, Tongan reggae band, was Missionaries. Missionaries are a legend Tongan reggae band. That's my favorite.
Back from SoCal.
Yeah.
Man, shout out Chelsea. Shout out Lissy, because Chelsea came on the show already, man. That dude, him and Finn got some freaking amazing. Yeah. They're reggae artists, but man, Finn can be a boys to men artist, like right. Yeah, Chelsea could be like an R&B artist, man. Those two cats got some vocals, boy.
Yeah, they're really, really talented, man.
Yep. And then Mission Irie was your old school, huh?
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, that's it.
And then talk about who's your female Tongan artist.
Oh man, that one, man. I don't know, man. Dinah Jane.
Yeah, Dinah Jane. Yeah. Because she's a worldwide artist. Period. Shout out Dinah Jane. Okay, let's go overall reggae on the Coach V hot seat. Who's your reggae artist that you love overall?
I think Bunny Wailer, man.
Bunny Wailer's man. He the man. Yeah. And you know who are some of the old school ladies in reggae, man? I love Easy Sailing by Rita Marley.
Man, I love Rita Marley too, man.
That's my jam right there. So in that, thank you for everybody who tuned in to the Coach V show. We're going to give Pupunu Fatukala an opportunity to have a last word. But in that, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in here on the Coach V show this Mana Motivation Monday here on Island City, where the beach meets the streets. Brother Punu, what's your final on the Coach V show before we sign off?
Hey, shout out to you, Coach V, man. Fuck it, man. One love, man, to you, man, and helping me, man, get this to the next platform, man, to the next stage, man.
Oh, man, my pleasure. So on behalf of your boy, Rudemon, Pupunu Fatukala, and your boy, Coach V, you know, it's not just for the sake of success that we make content like this, but really for the sake of you being your best.
Yeah.
As you know, Rudemon says, you know, be an original, be yourself. And you can catch him at Rudemon Lion King on IG. And then he'll be dropping his album here between the end of August and October. But really for the sake of you being your best. In doing so, you realize the best of your abilities and that everything and anything that you dream and work for can be achieved. This is how your boy Rudemon and your boy Coach V lives, all about faith and family. Grateful for God's amazing grace. Thank you again for tuning in to this episode and feature of Rudemon on the Coach V show. Until next Mana Motivation Monday, one love, mad respect from your boy Rudemon, your boy Coach V. Peace.